Let's get some more answers on this right now. Joining us live tonight to talk about the state worker furloughs is Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's spokesperson. We've seen him on our air before, Aaron McLear. Mr. McLear, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First off, with all the confusion out there about who's going to be under the furlough and who's not, what are you expecting tomorrow? What's tomorrow going to be like?
Well, we spent a lot of time contacting each individual state employee affected by this executive order, so they know how exactly this affects them. Now, of course, there may be some hiccups when you're dealing with 238,000 employees, but we expect things to go smoothly.
Okay, of course, the big battle in the courts has been over the so-called constitutional officers, the statewide representatives, attorney general, treasurer, controller, those offices. Your office is saying they fall under the order. Those offices saying they're not. So if you're one of those workers, what do you do?
Well, the court order was very clear last week that the executive order applies to the constitutional officers and their employees. The controller today has said he's going to defy that court order, disobey the law, and not cut the checks in that manner. So we're compelled to have to go to court to compel him to do that. But we expect they would have these self-directed furloughs where they would be coming to work anyway on those Fridays, taking that furlough day down the road sometime.
Just looking at what we saw from the governor's legal affairs office today, the secretary there saying the Department of Personal Administration, this is under the governor's office, is prepared to file suit against the controller if they fail to obey the laws. Could it get to that?
Yeah, it could. It's unfortunate that it is, and it's really unfortunate that the unions and the controller are fighting so hard against these furloughs, because if we don't do the furloughs, we'll have to implement layoffs to realize those savings. So the question really has become, why is the controller and the unions fighting so hard for state employees to be laid off?
Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, but are the furlough orders being adjusted or negotiating in those Big Five budget meetings? Could we see any changes when the deal is finally done?
Well, it's certainly possible, but we need to realize that $1.3 billion in savings somehow. So tomorrow the furloughs will go on as planned, but we'll continue to negotiate with the unions and with the Big Five on how we can realize as much savings as possible in state government.
Okay, Aaron McLear with the governor's office. Thank you, as always, for joining us.
Thank you.